Boom. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Are we live? Right, we are live on YouTube, and I'll be completely honest with you. I already recorded this video, and it didn't record. It didn't save. So I'm just being upfront. I'm being honest about that to get going. Right. Gonna give it a second to just warm everything up, and then we're gonna get going. But yeah, I recorded this video. I'm currently on my 21st day of YouTube uploads on a daily basis. This is a bit crazy, a little bit crazy. This is, like I said, my 21st YouTube video this month. So every single day I've consistently been uploading YouTube videos. So yeah, I'm gonna do this as a live because I did record it and it basically stopped recording. So we're gonna jump straight into it, and we are gonna lead with the video of how to make money online for free, step-by-step system. So this is sort of like a laid-back video, but it's also going to have some very, very, very good points in it. I think personally, I've had one of them days today where you're sort of thinking about like what you've been doing, and you know, even like this whole uploading every single day in October, has it really benefited me? Is it really what I should be doing with my time? And you're sort of thinking and sort of analyzing what's happening. And ultimately, I am a video content creator. That's what I want to be doing. So yes, I think it has been worthy, but I want to talk about this. I basically was in a bit of a thing today and sort of checked some of my accounts and come to the conclusion that I have made $10,150 without leaving my bedroom, which is a pretty cool stat. I'm no better than anyone. I'm still learning. I'm still documenting my journey. This is why I want to come on and talk about this. But yeah, in my Stripe account, since I opened it, there's 3,000 whatever. You know, I'm not going to go into that, but screenshots are there. But I wanted to talk about how you can do the same thing and just how I done it using free and paid systems. So investing into myself, via the time that I've spent learning skills from free resources, and investing into coaches and courses and consultants and that sort of thing as well. So, you know, how to make money online for free, step by step. We're going to jump straight into it. And it's obviously learning a high ticket slash systemized skill. Now, the reason I say high ticket slash systemized skill is learning a high ticket skill. Obviously, you can go ahead and get paid a ridiculous amount if you learn one of these high ticket skills, but learning a systemized skill, something that you can then teach someone else to do and fulfill your service as well, is going to be very, very important for scaling and progressing on to the end of this video. You're sort of going to get what I'm talking about. But what are some of these skills that you could potentially learn? Number one is going to be Facebook ads. So Facebook ads has got massive, and you know, it's obviously going to get bigger and bigger as people continue to use Facebook ads. Like, people spend thousands and thousands, if not some people millions of dollars weekly and daily on this platform. So if you landed on this video and you've literally never seen, or you've never earned money online, or you've never done anything like this before, my suggestion would be get into Facebook ads. If you're not passionate about anything, like I was passionate about video editing, then Facebook ads is where I would go. And like I said, you can jump onto YouTube and there is hours and hours and hours of content that is teaching people how to use Facebook ads, how to get better at it. And at the end of this video, we're obviously going to talk about some relevant ways that you can build some experience and stuff. Number two is going to be graphic design. Same again, like everyone knows that video editing is massive. Everyone knows that graphic design is massive. There's so many businesses being created every single day, right? And every single one of those businesses know that they need to be on social media. It's just a fact, right? Every single one of those businesses know that they need to be on social media. So why could you not be their graphic designer? And this is after being in video production and creating promo videos for clients, I then got into discussion of, okay, but where are you going to put this video? And okay, you can't just put videos up, like you need to have some graphic design going on as well. So that's how I personally got into it. But graphic design is obviously going to lead into You can be creating logos for anyone in the world, anywhere, which is amazing. You could be doing graphic design for social media management, so managing people's social media accounts. I typically work with Facebook and Instagram, but you can obviously go a lot broader than that. Number 3, video editing. The fact that you're watching this video right now, actually, considering that I have recorded this video and it didn't save, so I'm now doing it live, sort of counteracts on that behalf. But video editing is massive, okay? That's how I first started making money online. I started video editing for a YouTuber, and yeah, it sort of opened my eyes into this whole online realm. So video editing is massive. Same again, I self-taught myself video editing through YouTube. So literally, if you can watch this video right now, if you're watching this video right now, you have the accessibility to learn video editing to a point that someone will pay you to edit for them, okay? So there's the 3 fundamental services that I would suggest. Obviously, there's lots of different things that sort of go with that. There's a lot of different concepts, niches, industries that you can implement all of these services. And of course, there's many of other services, email marketing, funnel creation, so on and so forth. But these are 3 that I've personally done myself, so I can recommend you to basically pick up and do. So how to learn these skills. Like I said, there is free and paid sites that you can learn these skills. Number 1 is YouTube. The benefits of YouTube is, of course, it's free, right? There is tons and tons of content. There is tons of people that have done it and are literally showing you step by step their systems on how to do it. Now, the cons of this is there's so much content, right? So it's like, who do you actually listen to? Who's doing well? Who isn't doing well? Who's just making the videos for making the videos? That's why I'd say to jump to the last one, where you got Skillshare and mentors and coaches. But before we get into that, you've obviously got TikTok. TikTok is a pretty sore subject, I think, because people will just think of TikTok of the savage love. There's somebody, you know what I mean? But it's not just that going on there, right? So if you go on to TikTok and you actually use it looking for like entrepreneurial content, you'd be surprised some of the stuff that's on there. And the thing is with TikTok, everyone knows that TikTok is sort of like popping at the minute, right? So there's a lot of people on TikTok that are giving this sort of value and this information that they probably normally wouldn't, right? So yes, Chelsea, what is happening? I haven't spoken to Chelsea in a while. Thanks for jumping in. But there's a lot of people on TikTok, right, that I was scrolling through there the other day, and I'm not the biggest TikTok person, right? But the thing is, yeah, there's a lot of people on there giving a lot of value. And if you're like me, you probably are, that your attention span isn't that great, right? So, you know, you want that micro content. You want valuable content that you can digest and consume and implement straight away. So, for example, I've been looking a lot into like real estate investing at the moment, and there's so many real estate agents on TikTok right now, and they're making this sort of like micro, easily digestible content on TikTok, which obviously they wouldn't sit down and make a 20-minute YouTube video about it because they're busy people, right? So TikTok, if you use it for that sense, there's some really good information on there. And same again, learning the skills, you can seriously learn some good stuff on TikTok, whether it's even like business management, money management, Facebook ads. Like I've seen some really good TikToks around Facebook ads. So check that out. Don't just be scrolling through TikTok and listening to the savage love and all that stuff. But it happens, right? All good. Good to see. All good. YouTube is going well for you. Happy to see you. I'm so glad that you're in the live right now. But banger after banger, man. I appreciate that, Chelsea. Chelsea, go check out Chelsea's channel as well. She's putting in work in the fitness sort of niche on YouTube, so check her out. But yeah, the next one is Skillshare. So Skillshare is something that I got into pretty recently, and it's really good because you basically pay a monthly subscription for Skillshare, and creators like me or other creators that have valuable content can go in and put paid courses on there. But instead of you having to pay a lump sum for an individual course, you pay a monthly subscription and you get access to all of these different creators' courses, right? So me, for example, I've been in there looking at courses around, like money management, content creation, Facebook ads. Like there's so much stuff in there, and you just pay one subscription for it, and you get access to all of these different creators. Instead of the last one on my list, which is mentors and coaches, which obviously you would go to and they would pay you. So you'd pay them a fee, and then either you'll do their course, which is obviously separate. It's not going to be on Skillshare, or you might do one-on-one coaching with them or consulting, and they're going to help you out. But while we get onto that, I think this is pretty relevant because obviously this is talking about free methods, but I obviously want to talk about this because I have obviously invested quite a lot of money into coaches and consultants. And the thing that you need to think about is like university, right? So I didn't go to university because I didn't want to be a university lecturer, right? And in my eyes, if you're going to university and you're learning from a university lecturer, right, the only thing that I'm going to learn from, not the only thing, obviously, they're going to teach you the subject you went to go and learn, right? But ultimately, if you're learning from someone that's a university lecturer, the only reason I would want to learn from them is if I wanted to be a university lecturer, right? So coaches and mentors, and the thing is, it's so accessible for us right now with social media. Like you can literally DM like 8-figure like CEOs and they could easily get back to you. And obviously, like depending on like your budget or how much money you're making or whatever, like some of these. And the thing is with social media, this might get to like a bit of a rant right now, but like I said, there's so many big entrepreneurs and stuff on social media that are just trying to build a personal brand. So there's a lot of people on there that even if you message them and ask them for advice, okay, if they don't reply, they don't reply, but you'd be surprised the amount of people that reply. And these are people that are running like amazing big businesses, and they're the type of people you want to be learning from. So learn from people that have done what you want to do, okay? So that's just sort of my advice. So it's like Skillshare. If someone's making a course on how to edit with Final Cut, like they're going to be more relevant to learn how to edit on Final Cut than if you was to go to university and do a video production course, because you might go to them and they might teach you like how to do a shot list and how to do this and how to do that, and it's like, yeah, okay, cool, but that's not what I wanted to learn. So obviously you need to decide what it is you actually want to get out of these things and then sort of reverse engineer it. So if you want to make £1,000 online or something like that, okay, cool. So for me to make £1,000 online, I need to get 5 clients paying me £250. I need to get 2 clients paying me £500. It's a sort of simple process once you reverse engineer it. Okay, so becoming an authority. This is something that you can do by creating content. Okay, so content is king in my eyes. How can you become an authority? One is building your personal brand, just like I do with my Instagram and my YouTube. I'm building a personal brand for myself. Okay, so I'm personally getting out there and I'm providing value to my audience. I'm showing them what's working for me, what's not worked for me, how to do this, how to do that. Like my video, how to record a podcast on Zoom, for example, that made me an authority within the Zoom podcasting realm. Okay, so I have people reach out to me on like a bi-daily sort of basis. How do you do this with your Zoom podcast? How do you edit this with your Zoom podcast? What's the best way to distribute your Zoom podcast? Like, people wouldn't reach out to me if I didn't put that piece of content out there, okay? So that's how I became an authority within that space. Just like, and we're going to use Chelsea as an example. I don't know if she's still in the stream, but Chelsea, for example, right? Chelsea is into her fitness. I'm pretty sure she's doing her personal training stuff. She wants to be a personal trainer. She wants to be an online coach. How can Chelsea attract clients? By creating content that is solving her potential clients' problems. So if she's looking to help people lose body fat, create content how to lose body fat. Blah, do you know what I mean? So that's how you're going to become an authority within whatever niche you're in. Me, for example, because we're talking about how I done it with social media management, social media marketing, of course, you need to build an authority within that. And you can see just on the right hand side, I've got some screenshots that are sort of backing it up in a sense. These are some clients I've worked with that are saying like, we're extremely happy with your service. Let us know if we can add a review anywhere. By far the best, 10 out of 10, etc., etc. But that sort of comes over time, right? So number 2 is going to be building a theme page. Now, if you've never done anything on social media before, then this is what I would suggest doing. Or put 2 and 3 together. Okay, so if you can do 2 and 3 together, not building a theme page for someone, but if you can go to someone locally, and this is what I done when I first got started. I went to someone locally. They was a family friend, and I just said, look, I'm trying to become a social media manager. I'm really good with creating content for myself and for businesses. I just want to show you the value that I can provide, right? So they was like, okay, cool. Went in there, started creating some content for their account, started managing their account, and all of a sudden, this free work, by the way, became paid work, because after about a month of me doing the work for them, they was like, look, we need to pay you for this, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good. And they also gave me an amazing review, which, as we'll get on to the end of this, has then helped me to attract more and more clients. Okay, so becoming an authority is an absolute must. And how can you do that? It's pretty simple. Create content around the topic that you are trying to become an authority within. And number 4, keep providing value, which sort of goes back into the providing value by creating content. Okay, that's how you're going to become an authority. Keep creating content around your niche and your industry. Let's move on. Okay, so sticking to your KPIs. So this is mainly around social media management and social media marketing, but sticking to your KPIs. These are a few KPIs that I would suggest sticking to if you're looking to get social media management and social media marketing clients. We'll leave that there while I have a little drink. Really good to hear from you though, Chelsea. So these are just a couple of things that I broke down into being able to consistently fill your calendar with potential clients. And number 1 is obviously 10 Upwork outreaches. So I've actually got a video on how to use Upwork to get clients. I will link it somewhere in the post when I basically edit this, but Upwork is key. Essentially, if no one knows what Upwork is like Indeed and Read and stuff like that. And Chelsea, if you're still watching it, like, this could be a good one for you, because I know there's a lot of fitness stuff on there at the moment. But Upwork is sick, because you got to think that these people are putting up jobs that they need doing. Okay, so it's not like me going back to like the local business, right? When I went to the local business owner and said, look, let me help you out with your social media. Okay, I was offering it for free at this moment in time, but they was like, yeah, okay, cool. But the people that put jobs on Upwork, they already know they need this service. Okay, so they literally put up jobs saying, I need someone to help me with my social media. I need someone to help me with my Facebook ads. I need a fitness online coach. I need a logo created. I need a video editor, and so on and so forth. Whereas if you're going to them, you not only have to sell the service, but you then have to sell yourself, right? Whereas with Upwork, they're warm leads, right? They already want the service. You just need to prove that you are the right person for it. And if we go back to the becoming an authority, if you're an authority and you have content, testimonials and stuff to back that up, then people are going to literally bite your hand off at the fact of working with you. And the next one I like is Instagram videos. Instagram videos, everyone knows that everyone's on Instagram right now, right? You're probably about to jump off of this YouTube live, or if you're watching this in the playback, you're probably going to stop this video halfway through and start scrolling down Instagram, because that is what we have unfortunately been brought into with this world, right? But that also means that you literally have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of businesses literally in your fingertips, right? And you want to make it as personal as you can. Just like you wouldn't cold call someone, or if you do cold call someone, right? Imagine cold calling someone and you're saying, oh, blah, 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 like, this is what we're going to do for you. Like, no, you're just going to get hung up on, right? Whereas Instagram videos, same again. If you're an authority in that niche and you're creating Instagram content around your niche, and then you find relevant people to reach out to, and you can say, I don't know, let's use someone as an example. Let's just say a clothing company, right? And I'm creating content on my Instagram, which is how we helped this clothing company double their followers in 90 days or something like that, right? And then I reach out to another clothing company and do an Instagram video. So not just a message and say, hey, my name's Olley, I run a social media agency, I could help you sell more clothes, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, grab your phone. This is going to be pushing your boundaries as well, people, but this is what it's about, right? This is the struggle that you'll probably go through. But grab your phone, go onto Instagram, find these potential people, and do your due diligence as well, right? Don't just jump on and just think, okay, I'm just going to send loads of videos to loads of companies and someone's going to get back to me. Like, no. Do your due diligence, look into their accounts, see how you can actually help them, or see if you can help them. If you can help them, then fine. One way that I used to do it when I first got into sort of social media management is I would find people that I wanted to work with, whether it be because of the business or, whatever reason. I would find them and just look through their account. I'm just trying to find a half decent account to do this. Let's just say this account, right? Click onto their account. We're going to have a little look through their Instagram account, and I could see, for example, okay, so they only upload on Instagram every other week. Okay, so I'm like, okay, cool. This is a big company. They're clearly making a lot of money. They're well established. They've got a decent amount of followers, so they've obviously got authority. Again, goes back to authority. They've obviously got authority within their industry and their niche. Why are they not posting daily on their social media platforms? Because they haven't got a social media manager, or they don't know what to be posting. So that is something that I could then go to them, not doing some spammy like spammy bloody hell, spammy like script or template or whatever. Me literally just being who I am, being personal, being honest, going onto the DMs, sending them a video. Hey, my name's Olley. I just come across your Instagram account. I run a social media agency here in the UK. I noticed that you're not posting every single day on Instagram. I'd love to see if we would be a good fit. If you'd be up for it, I'd love to have a quick conversation on Zoom, or, obviously it's not going to be like that, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Make it personal. And my key thing with that is always sell the call, don't sell the service. Okay, so just keep it really chilled, keep it really relaxed in the fact that you're just wanting to help them. You want to see if they're a good fit for you. It's not like, and people will tell if you're like dying for them to sign up as a client as well, right? People can tell if you're just in it for the money, or you genuinely want to help. And I think that is why doing an Instagram video is going to help so much. So yeah, that's why I would literally say do Instagram videos, because they're so personal. And if someone replies to you, and I've had so many people reply to me that literally on the fact that they're like, oh, other people have come to us with this, but they was just on the other side of a message or something like that. So if you can actually send a video and give value to them, and just aim to get them on a call, and then if you get them on a call, then you can basically see if they're going to be a good fit for your service. The one after that is going to be Loom videos. So Loom videos are really cool because you can get a little bit deeper into what you're talking about. So for example, what you would do on Instagram, how you were saying, oh, okay, you look into how many times they're posting, for example. And that's obviously going to be very social media management orientated. But if you're doing social media marketing, so you're wanting to run Facebook ads for clients, then of course what you could do is you could send a Loom video actually diagnosing their website and seeing if they're already running Facebook ads. And if they're not running Facebook ads, you can obviously talk about it in this Loom video. Okay. So the last thing is obviously following up your warm leads. Make sure you're following up your warm leads. That's obviously going to be what's going to get these clients into you. So all of these initial messages you send out might not actually end up anyone ever replying to you. Of course, people will reply to you for that first message, but what you basically want to be sure you're doing is following up. Sorry, I just replying to a text. You just want to make sure you're following up with these clients, okay? Because the money is in the follow-up. The deal is in the follow-up. People get busy, okay? People might even see your message, be very intrigued by it, but then their child might come and start speaking to them, or their phone might ring, their boss might be onto them, or, if stuff happens, life gets in the way. So make sure you're doing your follow-up with these things. Keep track of it, put it into a CRM, and go back and follow up with those warm leads. Okay, and the next thing is strive for testimonials. So testimonials are an absolute key to building authority in the game. Do not be afraid to ask people for testimonials. You can see at the bottom here, you've got Olley is super knowledgeable and extremely able and willing, certainly benefited from his experience and input, and would recommend him without hesitation. That for me is great, because that shows that I'm an expert in my field, right? And that's not just me saying it, it's people that I've worked with in the past. I'll go back to this one. You've got, one of my clients, Chris, let us know if we can add a review anywhere. We're extremely happy with your service, and so on and so forth. And it goes back to the authority with testimonials and stuff like that. The more content that you can put out that is making you an authority within your field, then the more clients you will attract naturally, and you won't have to do as much of this stuff, because when you have testimonials and you're putting out content around your success stories, then people will start coming to you. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask for testimonials. One thing that you could do as well is always ask for video testimonials. I do personally, because I think people resonate more with video, just like I said with the Instagram DMs, of reaching out to people through Instagram DMs, right? So yeah, strive for testimonials, because once you have a bulk of testimonials of all of these people raving on about how good you are, then the proof is in the pudding, in a sense, right? People are literally going to see that and think, oh, okay, this, for example, look, highly recommend having a chat with Olley and finding out what DAF Global can offer you and your business. If someone owns a business and they see that and they're like, oh, Louise, who owns X business, saying that Olley can help me out with doing something, then it's gonna give me a lot more leverage than it would if I'm just going to that person and saying, oh, I can help you out with my business, blah, blah, blah. Testimonials, man. Testimonials are key. And a little tip, because I like to try and provide as much value as I can in these videos. A little tip is, if you're working with people and they're one of them people that you don't want to, by the way, I've not even done this with any of these, like these are all personally written for me, but I actually see it earlier and I just need to get it out. But if you're working with someone and they're busy and that, life's going to get in the way, they might not have time, or they might say they're going to leave you a testimonial and then they forget. I'm actually going to pull it up because it's going to make more sense. If you're working with someone and let's just get this up, it's in my CRM. Yeah, if you're working with someone, you've got some amazing results for them, then don't be afraid to do something like this, where I've done like a little message and it's like, hey, hope you're well. I was going to reach out to you and ask if you'd mind writing a testimonial for my portfolio. I remembered how busy you are. To save time, I wrote a paragraph on the results we've gained for you and just wondered if it's okay for me to use it. Thought this might save you some time. Find it attached, kind regards. And that's actually from Brad Riley, one of my coaches in the past. And that just makes sense, because these people, they're not paying you because they've got an abundance of time. Like, someone's not paying you to run their social media accounts because they've got so much time to just write testimonials. But do you know what I'm saying? So if someone's paying you to do this, then you need to expect them to not necessarily have the time. So especially if you're running like Facebook ads and you've got like data that you can put in. So like, I worked with Olley. We spent £200 in a month and made back £2,000. That is something I would want to show off. It's something that client wants to show off, but they might not necessarily know how to word it, or they might write me a testimonial but just say something along these lines, where it's like, let me see. they might just write a sort of standard testimonial where it's like Ollie's super knowledgeable and extremely able and willing, blah blah, but it's not like, it's not showing the ins and outs of the service that we've provided and how we can help other people, if that makes sense. So it might be beneficial for you sometimes to write the testimonial yourself, but then obviously clear it with the person you've done the business with and use actual data. You can't just say, I did this, I did that, blah, blah, blah. No, because you didn't. Like, you need to be legit. You need to be simple and to the point. And to this day, I've not even done this with any clients that have never left me a testimonial. I always just ask for the testimonial, to be honest. But that is something I want to do with clients I've worked with and haven't got a testimonial from. Okay. And the last point is the building systems, right? So building systems is how you're going to be able to scale and be able to make this money and be happy while doing so as well, right? Because ultimately, when I first started, I was here. I was the social media manager. I was the Facebook ads expert. I was the video editor. And I was just self-employed, basically, right? I was just working for myself. And ultimately, when you start making money online, like, the whole aim for it is for it to be either passive income or just like automated income or additional income, right? So one thing I would say is, like, if you can, try and build something like this on top of your 9 to 5 or whatever job you're working, and try and automate and scale it to a point that you don't need to be in there anyway, unless you're like so passionate about video editing that you do want to be video editing other people's content every single day, and it's like nothing to do with money or anything like that. Like, because people are like that. I'm like that. Like, I enjoy editing for other people. I genuinely love the process of editing, but I prefer editing my own content than other clients. So I'd prefer to hire a video editor, teach them how to do the editing for these people, and then bring in other systems to automate that side of things, right? So you want to be the business owner. You want to have people underneath you that can complete these services, and you want to focus on being the salesperson and the business owner, so managing those people underneath you. And with the sites that I mentioned earlier in actually getting clients, like, you can use those to find people to be in your team. So find a video editor, find a graphic designer, find a Facebook ads expert. And then by bringing on these people, you can actually leverage their previous results. So if they had results working with gyms, for example, they worked with a gym and, they'd done their Facebook ads, and last month they bring in X amount of revenue from new gym members that signed up. And then the following month, I've brought them on as a Facebook ads expert, and they've told me, look, here's some really good results we got for someone, right? Here's some really good results we got for someone in the gym industry last month. And I say, okay, cool. That's something that we can now leverage, because obviously he's now my team member and he's the one that's going to be running the ads regardless. Okay. And it's the same with the salespersons and virtual assistants and stuff like that. If you sign up a new client and they're paying you £500 a month, for example, it would make a lot more sense for you to go back and automate this by hiring a virtual assistant, paying them £250 a month, for example, so you can focus on closing the deals instead of doing this sort of very, very delegatable work, except from the Loom videos and the Instagram videos, for example. But they could definitely do the Upwork Outreaches and the follow-ups with the leads, definitely. And then you're obviously automating that side of things, so you can simply focus on 10 Loom videos or 10 Instagram videos a day. To come to a conclusion, just keep your why in mind, live the life that you want to live, and keep going with that. So my coaching link is linked below. If you did want to reach out to me, my email is also on the channel somewhere, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.